Gotta go fast. That's right. Y'all already know why I'm here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Live and learn. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn from the fears of yesterday. What? 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 Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Storm BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and y'all already know why I'm hyped. Y'all already know why I'm here. Let's get it. I'm talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This movie was so goddamn epic. Epic. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Storm BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave. Y'all, I already gave the spiel, man. I'm hyped right now. I saw this movie last night. I saw this movie on the 19th at the time of recording, December 19th, which is the day before this movie came out, like officially came out, right? Like I didn't go to the fan event. I wanted to go to the fan event, but I couldn't. So I went to the screening that night. Man, so I hold on. Before I get any further, I want to remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you already subscribed. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Blue Sky, and Fandom, and a whole bunch of other places. We got a whole Christmas special going on. It's our BrickWall Christmas month, our BrickWall holiday month, and I'm doing the 2024 review special. But I put all that on pause because Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Y'all know I've been hyped about this movie since the end of the second one. Go watch my review because I did review Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Matter of fact, the only Sonic movie I didn't review was the first one, and I just thought about that. I'll review it because they're doing 4. They're doing part 4, so I might talk about the first one around the time the 4th one comes out. Lord willing, I'm still here walking the face of this earth, and the internet still exists. So check this out, y'all. Like, this movie is based on the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle video game, or Sonic Adventure 2 video game, which Shadow the Hedgehog was first introduced. Trust me, this is the first time I have ever watched something and I have had like a nostalgic attachment to it. Like, I have been excited for this movie for 2 years. Because Sonic 2 came out in 2022. I have been excited about this movie for 2 fucking years, man. I have been ready since they showed Shadow at the end of Sonic 2 in that post-credit scene. I have been ready. Ready. I've been so ready. And man, let me tell you, the first trailer, y'all saw my trailer reaction. I was ready. I owed y'all the second trailer reaction. I do apologize that I never got that reaction out for trailer number 2. But let me tell you something. I scrumped a scream that I have not scrumped before. Yes, I'm saying words that probably don't exist. I have been so excited for this movie. So finally, I saw this movie. And let me tell you something. From the moment this movie started, it was peak. So this movie follows our trio of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles as they must go up against the threat that is Shadow the Hedgehog, as well as the reemergence of Dr. Eggman and Dr. Gerald Robotnik, and they must stop their plot to destroy the world. Very cut and dry, very simple. So let me get into the things I liked about this film. But before I do that, I do want to say I have nitpicks. All right, my nitpick is that I was in a theater that when I went and looked on it, first of all, Regal Theaters, y'all lucky I like y'all. But look, y'all need to get through your app, and y'all need to make sure that y'all set me on the right theater, all right? Because that theater that I saw on the app, all right, was a big screen, was a row here, a row in the middle. No, it's a row, all this right here, and then a little row to the side, right? I picked my seats. It was right in the middle of this big screen. I was excited. I got in there. It was a tiny-ass little theater with a little-ass fucking screen, and I just could not immerse myself the right way that I wanted to seeing Sonic. All right? Get that shit together. Because I was excited. And I got to that tiny-ass little screen, and I was kind of disappointed. Small theater, disappointed. The time said 8 o'clock when I bought the tickets, and it didn't start until after 8:10. I was upset, but it's okay. I wasn't like super upset or anything, but I wanted this experience to be like the high-octane experience I would have gotten had I went to the original theater, which was still a Regal theater, just a different, still in the Regal chain, just a different theater location. But I went to a location that I felt was a little bit more convenient for myself. Had I known that I'd end up with this, I'd have just kept my original tickets. But that's beyond the point. That's my little nitpick. So with that, I couldn't really, I didn't feel like I was immersed in the film the way I wanted to be immersed. That said, I am seeing this movie again. I will be reviewing it again, but with the caveat, and we'll talk about that soon, But for right now, I will say that while the theory things kind of threw me off a little bit, this was still a solid movie. Now we'll get into why it was a solid movie. So, like I already told y'all, this has Sonic facing up against Shadow. All we need to know. This movie is so riddled because, mind you, I played Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure 2 was my favorite video game growing up. I had that game on the GameCube. As my mom, as my cousin, as my best friends from the time, as anybody who knew me at the time. Sonic Adventure 2 was my favorite freaking game. To the point when they did the Sonic X anime, right, on 4Kids TV, right, I only started paying attention when Shadow came to the series. Before that, it's a cool show. Sonic, I like Sonic. Sonic's cool. Hey, it's great. Yeah, look at that. Shadow's coming. That's when I paid attention. Okay, this has been dubbed the year of Shadow, and it has been an amazing year for Shadow the Hedgehog. I love this because Shadow, like, I know everybody says they like Shadow. Bro, Shadow the Hedgehog is the coolest fucking character in all of Sonic lore, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Shadow is so fucking cool, man. I don't even know what it is. He's just freaking Shadow. Like, he's just awesome. So, I had the Shadow the Hedgehog video game too. So, I'm saying all this to say that this movie, from the almost from the moment it starts until the moment it ends, is just riddled with video game Easter eggs and nods to the lore, and it's just it was great. Like, oh, where do I even begin? So, of course, we get the backstory of Shadow, which for those, this is not a spoiler because all you got to do is play games. So, Shadow, he was locked away for 50 years. Now, I will say this, though. The movie does kind of like change up Shadow's origin, but it does leave it open for the origin that we get in the games. For those of you who know, there was some alien involvement in Shadow's creation. I definitely understand why they didn't go that route. I definitely understand why they didn't go the Black Doom route, okay? Because that would have been a lot. But they did leave the door open to address that in the future, should they choose to do so. But if they don't, I'm perfectly fine with it because, this shows how, how Shadow was found and where in the games he was created. In the movie, he was found because he came from, from a meteor from space. So, they're running a test on him and all that stuff. He develops the relationship with Maria, and, Maria dies. This is not spoiler stuff at all either, guys. It's all in the lore. You can type in Shadow lore. You can play any of the games with Shadow in it. You will learn very quickly that Shadow is the way he is because he lost the person closest to him, who was Maria. And Maria was killed at the hands of Gun. Gun is the agency that was introduced in Sonic 2 and plays a prevalent role in Sonic 3. Okay. So I'm not spoiling anything. So, like I said, Shadow, developed a relationship with Maria. Maria dies. He gets locked away for 50 years. And 50 years later, Jared Robotnik finds a way to unleash him. And he's just on a path of revenge. But is this revenge path really the right thing? Is it really what Maria would have wanted? We're questioning with that. One of the things I like about this movie is on the on Sonic side of things, that this movie kind of shows the contrast. Like, a lot of movies say, you get movies like Iron Man, right? Like movies in the Marvel universe, right? Stay with me. They will have like the hero, like you have the Tony Stark, and you have the Ironmonger, right? And it's just like, what if Tony Stark was evil? That's his nemesis. His nemesis is who you are, is who he is if he was evil. This movie doesn't do that. Shadow has never been evil Sonic. Shadow has been anti-hero Hedgehog the entire time. Like, Shadow does what's in his best interest. If Shadow wants to do it, he's going to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? He's doing what feels right to him. Okay? He's not a villain. Okay? He starts off as a villain, but he has his own intentions. He has his own goals. He has his own things that he wants to achieve after he, realizes the things that he realizes. And so this movie really kind of pins that okay, hey, Sonic, yeah, this is your life after you lost someone that you love. Shadow's life is like this after he lost someone that he loved. But what the lesson is, what the lesson comes down to is that you don't have to let your losses, right? Your losses, and this is what anything, right? Not just specifically with the movie, but here's the message. You don't have to let your losses make you into a certain type of person. You can let those losses turn you into something more brooding and dark and bad, or you can let those losses, you can take what you learn from them, from that, and you can let that make you a better person. If I'm explaining that the right way, right? The message is very strong in that, and I like that. I like how they show the contrast between Sonic and Shadow, not just the contrast, but the similarities. And to a point where in the movie, you do actually get a moment where, you know, that those choices are confronted at like head on. So I do like that. And that's me saying that without spoiling anything, right? Because I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I'm not, anything that's not already written in video game lore, I'm not going to spoil. Well, yeah, anything that's written in video game lore, I'm going to talk about. But if it's not in the video game lore, if it's something that's in the movie I think will be good when you watch it to be surprised, I'm going to talk about the things that are already in the games. Okay, that's my way of saying it. I will say that this movie, it starts. So I will be honest with you, right? As hype as I am about this movie, I will say it does kind of when it kind of starts off, the pacing to me was a little like. It was a little strange, right? Like it moved quickly, which was great. It moved quickly because we're in the third fucking Sonic movie. Like, we don't need like this big introduction to everybody. We don't need you to look at name, title card. We don't need a whole lot of mumbo jumbo. They get to point A, to a point B, to a point, let's make this shit turn. So, excuse me, on the way there, though, on the way to getting to your big giant action set piece and everything, they do move through things kind of quickly. So the pacing kind of moves like, it's like this, like this, like this, like this. And me being aware that this movie is not 2 hours, it's like just a little under 2 hours, actually. I'm like, damn, this movie kind of moving quick. Are they gonna have time to do all the cool stuff? But when this movie gets to a certain point, it starts to kind of slow down a little bit, not in a bad way, but it's like everything kind of gets a little bit more spread. It's like they wanted to give you the beginning parts of like, hey, this is the setup. They give you the setup very quickly, very briefly, very coherently. They give you everything in the setup within like the first 30 minutes. Within the first 30 to 45 minutes, you get everything you need so that when the next chunk of this movie comes around, oh, we're action, baby. And when I say we are action, I'm just gonna put it like this, right? There was one particular thing that I wanted in this movie. People who know me very well know exactly what that thing was. And I'll be damned. They did it. If you've played Sonic Adventure 2, you are almost damn near getting a piece by piece recreation of some of the coolest shit in that game. The Easter eggs in this movie, because like I said, I grew up playing this game. So it's like there's a line that Sonic says that is directly word for word from the game. I was like, yo, he said that thing from the game. I was mad. Like the crowd I was with was dead. I hope when I go see this the second time, the crowd is live, because this movie is live, bro. This movie is so fucking tight. Like the climax, the final battle. Oh my God. What? And then I will say this, right? Stick, please, please, please. If you are a Sonic fan, I know the lights won't go on. Do not leave before the mid-credit scene. Do not leave. There's a post-credit scene that I didn't stay for, so on my second viewing, I am going to stay for it. I had my daughter with me. She was tired, so I had to take her home. You know what I'm saying? She was sleepy. She fell asleep. I had to wake her up for the mid-credit scene because that shit they gotta stop going so hard. Like, they gotta stop going so hard, but don't stop going so hard, please. Like, pause. But childish. But yeah, nah, they got like dog, and they've already said that Sonic 4 is coming in 2027, bro. I cannot talk to y'all about the mid-credit scene. Y'all just have to see it for yourself. Sonic fans, you have to see it for yourself. Because all I'm gonna say for the Sonic fans, for the people who've been theorizing this entire time about how this movie could turn out, who the characters introduced, the answer is yes. That's all I'm saying. The answer is yes. We were right. That's all I'm gonna say. That shit had me going. Boy, the fucking and I'm gonna let y'all know, man. This is not a spoiler. The song. Y'all know the song. Live and learn. Oh my fucking god. Woo! Boy. Come on, man. Come on. Like this point. All right, so outside of the action, the cool shit with Sonic and Shadow, what about everybody else? Tom and Maddie were great in this movie. They had some really cool moments. Tails and Knuckles. Oh my gosh, man. Knuckles was amazing, right? Tails, as always, Tails is just cool anyway. Team Sonic was really great. Like, their dynamic is so good. Like, it's just like everything about this movie was good. It was good. Jim Carrey's performance, like, while it may have been a little, they might have went a little too heavy with some of the jokes with Jim Carrey. I'm not gonna lie to you, but Jim Carrey did that shit. Now I know why on the red carpets for all the premieres they kept asking him, "Yo, what other movies you gonna come back for though? Since you doing sequels and shit, you gonna give us another Grinch? You're gonna give us another fucking The Mask, nigga? You gonna give us another fucking Ace Ventura or some shit? Like, what you doing next, Jim? What you doing next, Jim? Cause you bodied this shit. He played both Ivo Robotnik and Gerald Robotnik, as we know through the marketing, right? He played, and he did Jim Carrey is such an he did that shit. Speaking of actors who did that shit, Idris Elba did that shit as Knuckles too. Like, Idris Elba fucking owns Knuckles, bro. He's amazing. Colleen, I cannot say her name. I'm so sorry, Colleen. The longtime voice of Tails, though. She does, she fits in. I'm so happy that they got her to come and reprise the voice of Tails in these movies. It's such a great thing that they've done that. And Ben Schwartz's Sonic, right on, man. He's holding it down. I love it. He's holding it down, man. He's a great addition to the voice actor that plays Sonic. And then now, last but not least, let me give it up for fucking Keanu Reeves as Shadow, the dream casting. No pun intended. Y'all see what I did there? No, Keanu Reeves as Shadow is so fucking good. Like, I was a little concerned. I'm not gonna hold you, because watching the marketing and like listening to the clips of Shadow that they released, I'm like, oh, you just sound like Keanu just like talking. Like, it's nothing interesting about this. Keanu probably not even really putting his heart into this. Like, all right, I probably had to get used to it. No. Keanu Reeves really brought that shit to Shadow. Like, Keanu Reeves is like, now, like, him being the fan cast it made sense all along. Like, we've been saying this since the fucking first Sonic Adventure 2, since fucking Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game. We've been saying, like, yo, it'd be great if Keanu Reeves could play Shadow. Like, that'd be dope. You know, that'd be cool one day if they ever did that. Nigga, they fucking did it, and it's amazing. This movie was good, yo. It was so good. I'm just so glad this movie exists. Like, we live in a timeline where we got 3 good Sonic movies, and each one is better than the last. This is amazing. I had such a great time watching this movie. I just wish I was watching it on a bigger screen with a more hype audience. That's really my only complaint about this movie, is that I was watching it on a bigger screen with a more lit and turned up audience. And I cannot wait until I see this movie a second time, because I'm going to make sure I am in the presence of greatness when I watched this movie a second time, because damn it, this was a great. Like, my dad went with me, and my dad saw the second Sonic with me. I think I said that in my Sonic 2 review. My dad saw the second Sonic with me, loved it. He saw this one, loved it. He was like, even in the action pieces, like some of the action pieces, some of the fight scenes, he was like, ooh. My dad is not playing. My dad does not know that much about Sonic as far as I'm concerned. My dad was not playing the Sonic games with me. You feel me? Like, I don't know if my dad's ever played a Sonic game outside of the 8-bit ones back on the Sega Genesis. Like, you feel me? Like, my dad was really into this. Like, Jim Carrey's acting had my dad rolling, bro. These movies are for everybody, bro. Like, oh my God, these movies are amazing. Shout out to Jeff Fowler, who gosh, his fucking his stamp in the Sonic community is so like cemented, because he was the one who did the character designs for Shadow back in the video games. You kidding me? And now he's directing this. Oh man, this movie does not shy away from anything. And like I said, please stay for the mid-credit scene and stay for the post-credit scene too. I haven't seen it, but stay for the. I'm aware of what it could be. I'm very well aware of what it could be. And again, fans of the games, y'all know what it is. That's what I'm saying. I'm aware of what it could be. Fans of the games, we know what it could be. I ain't gonna say it because I ain't seen it. But that mid-credit scene, baby, woo! Let's go, man. We in there. For Sonic 4, I will be there, and I will be here, and maybe I will even be on a red carpet in 2027. I'll be on a red carpet talking to Jim and Keanu and Ben and Colleen and Idris and all of them, like this Jeff, and I'll be out there just talking to them. Like, yo, I like, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, this was the greatest movie. This is amazing. This is an amazing movie. So obviously, right, my rating for this movie, I give this movie, so stay with me here, right? Because my rating is liable to change. As hype as I am about this movie, 4.9. Woo! 4.9? Dave, you was talking like this is a 5-star movie. What the fuck? Listen, like I said, I will be honest with you. The pacing in the beginning, it was a little, to me, it just felt like it did move. And I like that it moved. I did. But the beginning of the movie, the first like 30 to 45 minutes felt a bit clunky. Not like clunky, but it kind of, that was just clearly all the setup. Once it gets past that, the movie's amazing. Like, fucking amazing. The movie's already great. The movie's fucking amazing after that. Some of the jokes and quips are a little much. Like, it's a lot of like jokes and stuff that don't always land. Jim Carrey does his thing, but he does his thing. Like, you know how sometimes you got a comedian that like is good at their craft, but then they kind of just keep doing it. It's like, okay, we can kind of not do that there. So that's another thing. So like those things kind of just like a little bit though. Like it was still, all in all, it was still really dope. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So 4.9 out of 5 stars, I'll give this movie. It's not a knock. It's a great fucking movie, though. Do not let my 4.9 out of 5 stars. It was like 4. If y'all want me to get technical, I will. 4.9999999999999999999 etc. on the nines. Out of 5 stars. And like everything that brings it down that like point is everything I just said. So this is a great movie. Make sure you check it out. In theaters. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. That's all I got to say. And thank you all for tuning in to my hype train of Sonic 3. Make sure if you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you already subscribed. Comment down below. What did you think of this movie? Did you think it was great? Did you think what did you think? How did you feel about this? Sonic fans, let me know. Was this everything we dreamed of? Sonic Adventure 2 fans, was this everything we dreamed of? It was everything I dreamed of. I've never felt so nostalgically attached to something. It was amazing. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, as well as Blue Sky, in other words. And until next time, y'all, be easy, stay breezy. I can't say that yet. Be easy, stay breezy. Peace.